Well, in this week's Business Bite, I want to talk about a subject of increasing your capacity to receive. And I have to admit, I've stolen this title from a message by Pastor Joel Osteen from Lakewood Church in America. And I actually think this is a great topic for business, for your career, and even for your family to grow. And let me just read some of the words he did in this daily devotional. I like his daily devotionals that come out every day. They're short, they're encouraging, and they're positive. And if you're interested in getting these, and many business people I've encouraged have actually signed up for these, there's no cost. And it's Joel, Joel, Osteen, OSTEEN.com. And you sign up free for this daily subscription and just see how you go and the encouragement that you get. And he said, increase your capacity to receive. And it comes out of a verse in the Old Testament from Isaiah chapter 54, verse 2. And it says, enlarge the place of your tent, stretch your tent curtains wide, do not hold back. Enlarge the place of your tent, stretch your tent curtains wide, do not hold back. Well, that's an encouragement to take your business and your career and your relationship forward. And he titled this, Increase Your Capacity to Receive. He says God has many blessings in store for you. He has favour in your future like you've never imagined. He wants to take you places you've never even dreamed, and that includes your business. But in order for us to partake of all these blessings, we have to increase our capacity to receive. So often we're so busy with things that don't count, that aren't worthwhile, that are taking up our time in our business and our lives, that we haven't got the capacity to take in the things that are going to make a difference. And we've got to clear some of the things out. He said, think about this. If you have a 1 gallon bucket and someone has 50 gallons to give you, the problem is not with supply. The problem is that you don't have the capacity to receive the 50 gallons. But if you get rid of the small container and get something larger, then you'll be able to receive more. It's the same way with God. If we think we've reached our limits, the problem isn't God, doesn't have the resources or the ability. The problem is that our container is too small. We have to enlarge our vision and move and make room for the new things God has for us. You know, our attitude should be, yes, the economy's down, but I know God is on the throne. I know whenever I go to his goodness and mercy follow me. Whenever you have that kind of attitude, you're going to increase your capacity to receive, so that you may live the abundant life he has in store for you. And I asked myself, well, you know, where can we get ideas that are going to help us? And therefore you need to be reading, you need to be listening, you need to be watching things and taking into account what is something from this program, might not even be related to your issue, or this book I'm reading, or this newsletter. What is there something that's actually challenging me or is going to help me today in my business or career? So I got this newsletter only last week from the strategy group, and I thank them for sending this out. And they were over in the US at a Learn Startup Innovation Conference. And he said one of the biggest eye-opener for me at the conference was visiting the IBM Design Studio in Austin. The whole facility has been fitted out with the sole intention to optimize collaboration and encourage conversations that lead to a collision of ideas. I love that, collision of ideas. They even have writable walls in the emergency stairwells. Not only is there a design space, but IBM has invested significantly to build design as a core capability. They've now got, starting from 1,600 designers, IBM now has 120 design thinkers, and they're counting by adding to that. So I thought, wow, what a great idea. So even in the emergency stairwells, people can be taking them as shortcuts up and down, suddenly think of an idea, they draw on the wall. Now you might think this is outrageous, but keep in mind IBM being a very traditional company, and they need to change the way they think to get back into the market on a bigger scale. Only 2 years ago, I was on Gold Coast, which is several hours from where I live. We fly there. I was meeting at a small conference with a company I was helping at that time. And in the meeting room of the hotel, there were no flip charts or whiteboard, but actually the whole wall around the screen was actually a whiteboard. You actually draw with markers on the wall. I've got to tell you, the first time was interesting. You always wonder if it's going to rub off, but anyway, it did. And what I discovered is that anyone in the room could stand up at any time and write something on the wall related to what you're talking about. What a way of capturing ideas, what a way of stimulating thinking. And it's not that costly to be able to do that, even in a 1 or 2 person business, where you can have a wall in a room where you can actually write on. Some years ago, I was helping another company, and they had this container set up as their office, and right around every wall were whiteboards, and they would use the whole 4 walls as a working room. And they're very simple ways where you say, I can't afford to do what IBM's doing. Well, yes, you can. You've got people, you've got friends, you've got suppliers, you've got customers, you've got your own people that you could actually bring in, or actually challenge them to think about your business and think about it differently. So work up a room with a whiteboard and let people go in even while they're working. They've got a thought, they go in and they write it up. And I have a builder friend who helped us renovate a holiday unit of ours, and we were sitting there, if you like, brainstorming on a couple of issues to do with the unit. And I said, I've got an idea, and he said, no idea is a bad idea. I have to tell you, I haven't come across many builders or other people who have that idea, have that attitude or idea. And I reckon it's fantastic. No idea is a bad idea. We can laugh at people who come up with a stupid idea, but I've found when I've come up with an idea that people hate or ridicule, I find that it actually stimulates them into a better solution. So there we are. There's a simple way. Increase your capacity. But firstly, you've got to have people who are going to help you increase that capacity. Then you've got to clear the things out of the way to actually receive that capacity to grow your business, your career, and even your relationships. Until next time, increase your capacity.